talk is about a UXSA Retro, and I don't know if you see your name up there or not, but if you, I tried to put everybody on there that I could think of right away, but I'm sure I'm missing someone. But these are all the people who volunteered with us this past year. There's almost 40 people. And you see our leadership team and is in the middle, but we are so grateful. We could not do any of the things that we're doing without the actual volunteers who stepped up and helped us with our projects. So I wanted to give a shout out to those and thank you so much for what you've given, and hope that we can look forward to this coming up here. All right. So I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of our stats. In 2022, we had 101 meetings for the whole group. So 101 meetings, half of those were leadership meetings, but know that it takes that many meetings to do the other, the other 50. So it takes a lot of coordination, and that's not counting all the Slack conversations and jumping on the call real quick and that sort of thing that we do throughout the week. But we have weekly meetings where we discuss what we're going to do next, and next steps, and keeping each other accountable and supporting each other and that sort of thing. But we did 7 workshops, we did 10 projects, we did 11 monthly meetings. We didn't have a 12th one because we did the lightscape at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens for a treat. And then we had 23 Mentor Mondays. And that was so much fun, and that turned out to be such a great thing. And it's an unrecorded, where you're sitting there with a mentor just asking questions for an hour. And it turned out to be a real big treat for everybody, and the mentors love doing it. So Bob's done a few. We've had, I did some, but that's a great place for, the newbies who are coming in to talk to a practitioner. And that turned out to be a good hit. So then in 2022, we counted up all the attendance to all of those different things. We had 686 people involved with us at some point. Now, these may be some overlaps, but still there were 686 people taking attendance, that we took attendance. So we were pretty active, for being a virtual group, right? And I just wanted to point out also on our meetings, we did not miss any meetings at all. We haven't missed since we started in 2020. So I'm really proud of that. And then I wanted to give you all a kind of an oversight of where we came from, and, the last 3 years. This January, this month, actually next week makes 3 years that we've been together officially. And so far we have got several followers. We had people who are following us on different spaces. We have on the website, Meetup, and I think I checked Meetup a little bit ago, and it was 914. So we're going up as we speak. We get 2 to 3, 4 people a day sometimes on Meetup. So then we know the need is still there. And then LinkedIn, we've got 505, and then YouTube, we've got 218 subscribers. We've got 280 people in our Slack channels, and Facebook, 145 followers. So we do a lot of promoting on social media and things like that, but where our engagement is the next one. Over the engagement, we've had 38,000 messages sent back and forth. We're very busy. So, and Slack is that's where we're saying that's where you need to catch us. And then in our website, we've had 11,618 views on our website. So we know there's some potential there. We know we can do a lot of work, and we've got a lot of plans in the pipeline. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to help with that. And then Meetup, of course, our engagement on those, this is people that are discussing things or signing up to say they're going to come, and that sort of thing is, 1,700 people, and then YouTube 1,715 views, and of our webs, of our videos, because we've got 3 years worth of videos now, 2 years. And then we have LinkedIn. It was 493. That's starting to pick up a lot this past year. We've been doing a lot more posting and all of that. So hoping that y'all be able to connect with us there too.
Hey,
All right.
Can
Yeah.
I just real quick?
Sure.
So I don't have to type it. I'm lazy. I apologize. But just that Slack, it's not just the volume. If you haven't joined, and when you do join, there's so much information there that's being shared. It's just a wealth of resources. Sometimes it's just good reading. It's good. Sorry, I forgot my camera was up here. It's just good reading. It's just good stimulating UX reading to venture into, and then also the amount of resources that we provide. And then there's always someone that's looking for a usability study or someone that needs help with a project. So yeah, there's 38,000 messages, but there's a lot going on Slack. And that's yes, it's the main thing of communication, but that's also, I think, the main, I guess, like our learning center for right now. If anyone doesn't agree with me, please say so. But I just wanted to point that out, and it's a tribute to everyone who is part of that and contributes to that also. Thank you, Cherri.
Yeah, thank you for that. All right, so I just wanted to go over the financials. I did a quick sweep. I'm not saying all these are completely accurate, but we got the best we could. I know that it was kind of interesting whenever I'm in a nonprofit group or around it. I want to know where they're getting their money and what they're doing with it. And I just wanted to kind of give y'all an overview, and just to let y'all know, back in 2020, we were graciously forwarded $2,600 and picked up some sponsorships to start our group. And so we had a good lift, and then we had private donations between there and now in the amount of about $1,000 a year, and that's helped tremendously. So we've over 3 years we've raised about $9,000, but our expenses on the other side, we've got software, we've got Zoom and Mural and Surveys Monkey and many different things going on, and we give out door prizes and speaker gifts and marketing materials and things like that we've given out for volunteers and that sort of thing. And we put the totals on here for each one of those, just so you can kind of get an idea. And then our total for that was $74.45. And so in the last 2021 and 2022, we had not been doing any sponsorships. We've just been kind of riding on our war chest. But as you see, our balance is getting kind of low, and we're going to need some operation money. So we are going to be ramping up some outreach and working on some sponsorship levels and getting private donations as well. So, if we charge $10 for something or whatever, y'all understand that we need to run the show. So, but I just wanted to let you guys know that. And if y'all have any other questions and deeper questions on that, I'd be happy to share it with you. So I wanted to give y'all some ideas of how y'all can connect with us. If you're not already, if you haven't already, you can certainly attend meetings every month and our other events, workshops, that sort of thing. And invite your coworkers, invite your friends, invite your study. If you're in a boot camp or something, invite your fellow students and bring them aboard as well. We don't require that you live in San Antonio. That started out as a focus on San Antonio talent, but we definitely have learned through the pandemic that we are a global organization. One of our Mentor Monday moderators, that's hard to say, she is in Thailand, and she helps do that. It's 8 a.m. for her, it's 6 p.m. for us, and she moderates and does a fantastic job. So just wanted to, let you know that just attending or volunteering or doing something like that is really helpful. You could also propose a topic, and you could, that you can present on. We're always looking for speakers. I think we're only booked up through March right now, and we try to stay 3 to 4 months out. But sometimes things happen and you got to shift things around. So, if we can plan out ahead and you're like, oh, in 6 months, I could give a, presentation on this, feel free to. And I will, I'm going to open this link. I want to make sure y'all can still see. Yeah. Okay. So here is a link, and I will put it in chat. And if Autumn can grab that and reshare it. This is a call for topics and speakers for 2023. So that way you can fill it out, and then you can give us your ideas, talk about it, that sort of thing. And somebody will contact you to get that going. You can also either sponsor to help us cover door prizes and software and marketing costs and that sort of thing. You can, if you know of a company that would be a good fit for sponsorship, or if you want to donate directly, we have a donation on the website that you can go on here and pick other. There's Bai right now. She's from Thailand. You can pick one-time donation and then put in the number you want to give us, whatever. And then donate one time with your debit card or credit card. And you don't have to sign in with the PayPal or anything like that. You can do it that way, or you can contact us and let us know how else you want to do it. Because some people can give monthly. Some people like to just give one time. Some people want to do it for specific events and that sort of thing. But that I just wanted to let you know that was there, and that is actually located on our website right here at the top where it says donate. So if you click there, then you get the donate. And I just wanted to make sure y'all knew it was there. No pressure. And then the other thing that you can do is volunteers. That's make magic with us and learn to make new friends and connections with the UX community, and get a little taste of what it's like to work with UX people. They're the most gracious and open, resourcewell people that I've ever met. So I hope that you would get that feeling as well. And so we're going to have opportunities for volunteering, and just to kind of give you an idea of some things and some experiences that people have had over the past year or so. I want to go ahead and start with Paula, and then Paula can throw it to whoever else she wants to after that. And just give us a 2 or 3 minute review of what you've been able to do and accomplish with the group.
Thank you, Cherri. I know some of you are new and some of you are transitioning, and my story is one of pivoting. I didn't know about, I echo Cherri when she says that UX people are the best tribe. I didn't know that UX was a thing. I've always been a UX thinker and frustrated in different jobs that I had. And so I ended up going to Web Development Bootcamp, the Code Up a program here in San Antonio. While I was there, I started exploring things on meetup.com. I'd never heard of meetup.com. And I started going to various open, free software meetups. And this one popped up on the list saying user experience, like, okay. And so I showed up, and it was love at first sight. And I started volunteering for Mission UX immediately. That's where I met Cherri. We ended up on the programming committee for a grassroots conference here in San Antonio, where she was, and that event was where she got poached. And it was fun to watch her grow. And I can say that there are 2 things about volunteering with UXSA that have surprised me. First of all, I have been volunteering with UX San Antonio since the beginning, when Mission UX kind of faded. UX San Antonio came on board, and I was with it in the beginning, and I signed on to do things that I really didn't want to do long term. I didn't want to do marketing long term. I'm not a cool chick, and I'm kind of nerdy, and marketing is for cool people, generally speaking. And at least that's the way I see it. So culturally speaking, and I don't feel a strong fit there. And but I thought, well, okay, I'll do it, because what it's going to do is it's going to get me around these really cool people, the nerds. And so I was able to attend these weekly leadership meetings, because all of a sudden I was on a board, and I'd never been on a board before, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was scared and nervous and awkward and foolish, and didn't know the lingo, and just listened most of the time and contributed whatever writing knowledge I had, because I've been doing marketing writing for a while in real estate. I love real estate, so I didn't really feel like that was hard. But over time, I have to say that I used to have imposter syndrome, that it was so bad that for about a year, I actually stuttered in 2015 when I thought about doing an interview. And it was my time with UX San Antonio and just hanging around the people. It wasn't so much the skill sets, the hard skills and the technical skills that I gathered while I was with UX San Antonio, like understanding what a persona is, and the journeys, and when they're used and when they're not, and when do you use this research study versus that research study, and how do you collaborate on Agile. But those weren't what got me through. What got me through was just hanging around and listening and being welcomed at whatever level I was at, with whoever I was with. And I found that quite amazing. I haven't found that anywhere else. Maybe in real estate a little bit, but not nearly so warm and friendly. And so I just kept doing the marketing writing, and sometimes wishing that I could be in the workshops that I was doing the marketing for. But being able to watch them, I still learned. And so I ended up getting a job. A recruiter contacted me, and I did not get it the first time around. I was declined. And then I was scared to death during an interview. And then he came back around 3 months later, and he said, hey, you know HTML, and they realize that they need that. And so they would like for you to apply again. And so I did. So believe it when they say they want you to come back and apply again. They can't take you this time, but they want you. And so I applied again and got the job. And it was a brutal onboarding. There was no onboarding. It was very chaotic. And it was a learning opportunity. And meanwhile, I'm volunteering with UX San Antonio and getting a lot of encouragement from the people on Slack and in the leadership meetings. And then I lost that job and got my encouragement through the meetings. And a recruiter contacted me for my current opportunity. And I now have the most wonderful team. And I'm so happy where I'm at. And I don't think that I would be here if it hadn't been for volunteering at something I didn't want to do long term. And I'm still very privileged to write marketing copy for UX San Antonio long term, because I consider it my gift to the community in return for so much. I owe these people so much. They have become my friends. I probably went over 3 minutes. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, who do you want to throw it to? Thank you.
Jessica, I met Jessica at our first event. She was brilliantly glowy, and she was with a friend, and they were both school teachers. And I took their photo, and I had their photo in my camera for a long time, and I was always thinking of them. And she made her transition into UX also from being a teacher. So let's bring on Jessica Moscata. I hope I said that right.
It's true. I was there at the very first meeting for UXSA, and I loved it. I couldn't believe it. My coworker and I at the time, we were teachers, and we were looking for other ways to utilize our talents and, some of the things that we loved about teaching, but we wanted to use them in different environments and in different ways. And we both kind of stumbled across UX. And so from there, we discovered that this new organization was going to pop up. And so we wanted to check it out and see what all of the, talk was about. And when we went there, it was really great. It really seemed like a lot of UX designers kind of knew each other, like it was kind of like a close-knit community, or it did definitely felt that it was very welcoming, that I could at any time reach out to anyone, and anyone would be willing to help me or jump on a call or ask any questions or anything like that at any moment. So that was one thing that I had really treasured and valued. And since that first meeting, I've been able to come back to UXSA in different ways and different experiences too. And I've enjoyed attending a couple of the meetings for the Mentor Mondays, and just random, different things, different topics to learn about or to learn from different speakers throughout the year. And so it's been really wonderful to kind of have our journeys into UX, match and follow along with one another and support each other. So it's been really, really great.
And where are you now?
Now I'm a UX designer for Frost. I recently had my 1-year anniversary working there. And so I'm just honestly the most happy I've ever been.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And Pooja has agreed to share her story. Pooja, would you like to take a few minutes?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Pooja. I joined UXSA last year in March of 2022. I was looking to break into the field of UX research. And I did a Google search and I found the website and I thought, wow, this is so awesome that this group exists locally and is exactly, what I need and what I'm looking for. And I was excited to come upon a community that was just so welcoming and helpful from the moment I joined. In the last year with UXSA, I have received so much valuable mentorship, resources, and the ability to network, with so many UX professionals and practitioners, and then other aspiring UXers as well. I especially enjoyed the Mentor Monday events that were mentioned here, where I got to soak up a lot of, UX research knowledge and get advice from Cherri and from other mentors. And I also got the opportunity to do volunteer work, where I got to do survey research and data analysis and collaborate with Bianca, who's on the call here. And that volunteer work was really valuable because I felt like I got to get hands-on experience and get guidance and learn directly, right, from UX professionals, which often, taking a class may not give you, right? So that was really helpful. And through UXSA, I have started doing freelance contract UX research work on City of San Antonio projects. And what's really cool and interesting is that I'm actually working on some of the same city projects that I was in my previous job. But now I get to work on that from a UX research perspective, which is what I always hoped to do. So it's really cool to have that full circle moment that I didn't really think was going to happen that way. But I'm just really excited to continue growing and progressing in my career in the field of UX research, hoping for more opportunities to come my way this year. And I'm really grateful to UXSA for being a stepping stone for me in this past year. And particularly want to give a shout out to Cherri and to Susan and to Gemma for being, so supportive and giving me these opportunities to get involved. So I'm also excited to see what UXSA has in store for this year with events and more learning opportunities. So thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing that. You made me cry. Yay. Thank you so much.
You're
Um,
welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, and I wanted to just take a moment to say hi to Bai. Bai has been jumping in on Mentor Mondays and doing being a moderator and does a fabulous job. And thank you so much for that. And she's all the way in Thailand. So thank you so much for that, Bai. And okay, so we're gonna move on, and I'm hoping you're still seeing my screen. And we do have some experience opportunities that we have hammered out for just right now. We've got many, many more to come as our projects start rolling on. But, you know, we're always looking for Mentor Monday moderators. Bai has done a great job, but we don't want her to be the only one to have to do it. It gets kind of daunting and you can't plan anything, you know, sort of thing. And if she happens to be sick or something, we don't want to put that on her. So the more people we have that can jump in and do that, the better. And she has written her own script and everything, and done a fabulous job with hardly any coaching. So it's been a really great experience to have her do that. And then chat moderators for like our monthly meetings like we're doing now. And Autumn is filling that position tonight, and just helping keep up with the links and sharing it with people if they have questions, and if there's other questions that come in. This is a little bit of a different meeting, but sometimes one of the speakers talking, people just put in chats and they make sure that the questions get answered and that sort of thing. But it's, you know, 1.5 hours on a Thursday night, and that's it. And you can do it once or you can do it more than once. So always need help for that. And then we have more things that are a little bit more involved, and that's a website volunteer page. We have a project that we did a workshop on. Adrian ran that one, and we got a design that needs to be implemented, and we need designer help and content writer help, and those have a little bit more commitment, but it's a lot of great experience, and it's just one page that can lead into the rest of the website. So if you just want to, you know, you can decide what you want, what parts you want to be a part of and get experience with, and learn from one of the best. So and then our UXSA programming and finance. This is our own leadership support. We're looking for people to help set up our speakers and help with that project. And then somebody who's maybe wants to do the finance and help us keep up with our expenses and that sort of thing. And it shouldn't take very long. I put 4 hours. That's pretty big, but it'd be a coordinator. Both of these are coordinator positions. You wouldn't be doing these alone. These would just be helping. So if you're interested in any of those until we can get our volunteer page up, if you want to, we have a volunteer channel in Slack. So be sure to join us on Slack, and then you can go into the volunteer channel there and tell us you're interested in that, and then somebody will get with you and train you on that. So we would be really excited to have you. All right. And so I just wanted to say, going into 2023, we're going to keep our same people, but we're adding a new face, and he's on the call tonight. Bob, welcome.
Hello.
He's on our leadership team now, and we'll be doing our outreach and sponsorships and an extra set of eyes and telling us what we're doing wrong or what we can do better, and basically just helping us go the right direction. He's mentoring us along with Susan, and being helpful in that, and with all of his contacts and all of that. So I'm really, really happy that he's going to be joining us this year, and looking forward to what we can do. So just wanted to meet your leadership team and future plans. And I put it this way because it's really, really basic. We're trying to get back to basics, and we wanted to break it down to make sure that we covered people with little experience or people with some experience who are trying to, you know, enhance their skills or, you know, expand those skills or go a little bit deeper. We're going to keep on the left side, we're going to keep the monthly meetings and keep that for everybody and have it kind of a group thing for all levels. And then we'll have workshops depending on levels. You can, have new people, experienced people, that sort of thing, helping each other. And videos, we're going to create videos and things of, research methods or those kind of things. But that'll be for everyone to consume. And that'll be on our YouTube channel. And then we're also going to keep, for the newer people, the Mentor Mondays. And, those are coaching sessions. We could have those to help with specific things like interviews and resumes and portfolios and things like that. We have great resources for that. And then resources, we're going to make resources available to you. I'm hoping to get a channel, a page on the website, but we have a lot of resources in the Slack already that we can work through and make sure you have the resources that you need to move forward. So that's what we're hoping to do this next year. I hope it doesn't sound too basic, but we wanted to make sure that we are not leaving anyone behind. And that's what we started for, is because we saw the gap between people who are trying to transition and are going to boot camps and trying to transition. And they're like, now what? I don't have any actual experience to put on my portfolio. And it's like, we see that need, and that's our number one goal. But we also want to let people grow in their skills as well, who's been there for a while. So we wanted to take kind of a two-prong approach doing that. So, I'm hoping that you'll find something somewhere in there that's a niche for you and that you feel comfortable in.